Oh, look at that. This is a beat down. I'm down here in my basement, which I'll show you in a second. But I wanted to start off the video with this. I think that's Brock Lesnar, beating somebody down. I put a little GIF up there. That's how I've been feeling lately with the stock the stock market. But I'm okay with it. I'm not upset or mad because I know that this is. It's like if you're a fisherman, you're gonna smell like fish and you're gonna get wet, right? So it's just part of the game. I'm here in my basement. We have a renovation project going on. I know this camera isn't the best camera, but there's a large 10-foot rolling steel door behind me. It's actually an elevator. The outside of that is the elevator. That's like where all the electronics is. And then this used to be a landscaper that owned this, and we put up some walls to kind of make another room back there. It's dark, you can't see it, but it goes way back. But it's a pretty big space, and we're going to turn this into an apartment and do a house hack. And I think I can rent this out for, maybe not obviously not like this, but for maybe 2,500 a month. And there's actually another apartment that my sister-in-laws, use when they're here that eventually we're going to rent out, and this whole property will be a rental. And then on to the next. But those are projects that I'm going to talk about and walk through separately, and and what I've learned and what I've been learning about generating streams of income. But today, I'm just going to talk about what I've been doing. All right. So the past few days, I haven't posted a video. I hope everybody had a nice Easter, and if you celebrate Easter, I do. I'm also, I'm a Christian. I don't. I won't preach to anybody because I'm not that good at it, but I do believe in Jesus, and I will just leave it at that because that is important to me. So I hope everybody had a nice Easter, and today was my day off. I get to hang out with my girls. We went to a nice breakfast. We had a big lunch. I took them to the mall and took them to a park, and now I'm going to clean up here. But before I do, let's talk about what I got going on. Okay. So again, I have a small group here, friends, family, people that I just like have a conversation about cryptocurrencies, options, stocks, the stock market, investments. I'm a middle-aged dad, father of four, and this is what I'm doing. This is not a suggestion, as my buddy Larry Jones would say, to buy, hold, or sell. This is just for entertainment purposes. So Volta, all right. So Volta's a play I've been kind of holding out. I was really hoping, and I'm going to show you why, that it was going to kind of get up. Let me just see that one more time. No, you like that? Where I saw that. Let me see the opportunity here. Hold on. Here we go. Volta. So I actually go look back at that. So you can see that Volta today, obviously, right? Goldman Sachs downgraded their price target to $2, which didn't help, right? Certainly didn't help things. But they had some real positive, some good earnings. And again, giving a shout out, there's lots of great YouTubers out there, but Larry Jones talks about Volta a bit. You can jump over his channel, check out was it a couple days ago where he talks about Volta. Good information, right? Like, so you can do your own due diligence. You shouldn't just blindlessly follow anybody, and I don't. So I like Volta for a multitude of reasons, but I was hoping for a quicker play, like a quicker return. So down 10, 11% today. It's been getting beat down. So when I pull up the chart, I'm going to walk you through my mindset. Let me shrink myself down. Oh, the Ant-Man. All right. So this is the chart. And, if I go to an hourly chart, you can see my little channel there and all these lines, which I'll try to explain. Okay. So if I zoom in here and you see this blue line, okay, I don't want to spend a lot of time on it, but that's the support. And up here, I figured is resistance. So is it going to break back up? At one point, this was at 18 bucks, and I'm not expecting 18 bucks, but I was like, okay, I own some shares here on Webull. I think I have 120, 130 shares at $6 and change, which I'm just going to hold. It's not a big deal to me, but I have 2,500 shares at $3.09 in Robinhood, in that platform, in that account. So before I got into that and made a heavier play, I saw that it had dropped down here, because of the CEOs stepping down. I don't know all the details why they did, but there's a lot of speculation there. But they stepped away from the company, and so I said, okay, this RSI is way down. If you look down there, it's way below the 30, so there might be some opportunity to jump in, and I did. So in a couple of videos, I talk about that. So I figured that it's below this line that says $3.48 right here. And that's the line. So I'm like, okay, if we can get past that over the coming days ahead, which it hadn't been, right? Then I have to get back into this, to get back in this space up here to here, right? Of profit taking at my cost average, then I have to get through this line here, this $3.48. Well, it did not. It continued to downtrend back to like $3. And then if I zoom in here, what I looked at was, okay, support is around $3, $2.99, right? And it's hit that a few times, kind of held there, and then it started to climb up, right? So I was like, okay, this is good, and started making money. So at this point, I have 2,500 shares. There is some on the 1 hour, you can see there's some buying pressure, right, going up, an indecision, right, and then some buying pressure. So I'm like, what's going on? But it's not getting over this line. It's losing steam, and it starts to break down again. All right, and then it just kind of breaks down even further. So then I get this channel. Now you're going to see this channel I put in there in trend lines, which I was not happy to do, but I'm like, all right, so now it's on a downtrend. I have to get out of this channel. We need to get out of it. And we're going down, and those are the technicals. Now, some people look at Fibonacci levels and all that stuff, which I'm not really good at that yet, but I don't think that they're wrong. But I'm just not in there at that point. Oh, let me bring myself back here. Hold on. There we go. All right, so you can see that we're in this channel. So to get above that, like this is the line, right? So we have to break out of that and get, kind of to go in a different direction. So I saw over here, over these past few days, right? When you zoom way in, you can see these days here, it kind of had held there on that support line at the bottom, okay, of 270, 269. So I was like, okay, it's holding there. What do I do? I don't want to cut my losses because I believe they have 1,000 charger stations coming at Walgreens with 500 at 500 Walgreens. They had a pretty good earnings report. There's a new CEO that's going to fill in. There was the fleet deal. I mean, there's a lot of positive news coming out. So I was waiting for that to kind of take effect. Well, Goldman Sachs over here announces that they downgraded it to $2. Okay, and these price analysts, these analysts that give it price targets have an influence on the market for sure. So I put a post up here in Webull. I was like, here comes the sell-off. I did that pre-market. Like if you scroll through the comments, I have fun with that. I'll put a couple up there. But I'm like, here comes the sell-off. And sure enough, it did. As soon as the market opened, it went down and went down and went down. So we got to 240. Now I'm not adding any more shares. I'm in at the $3.09. That's what I'm going to hold. But we did have some after hour, action. So I think, that's a good thing. Let me see if I can get to 5 minutes. So you can see here, it got up to almost 260. And Tesla had some good reports. So when you go back to my watch list here, let me get out of the way. You can see the EVgo, charge point, and then I guess I should move Tesla up. Tesla's up almost 6%. I think it had been at 6%. Volto was up 5%. It's come down a bit, but since Tesla had some good reporting, we had a little bump in the EV sector. So be watching that. So here's what I'm going to be doing. So now I'm going to jump over to let's see that one more time. Look at that. You like that? You like that? You like holding that stock? Over here, it says it's at 251. So if I go to trade and I go to trade options, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to sit on this thing, and either I'm going to sell it at the end of the 2023, right? In the beginning of 2023, or I'm going to sell premiums. Like I will, I will. Here's what I try to do. Confuse myself. So at $3, I own it at $3.09. So if I sell a call, this was at almost 90 cents when I was looking at it. Now I didn't do this. I did put an order in, which I'll show you. It said that there was 2,100 people interested, and there was a volume of almost 250 people. So I was like, okay, well maybe I can fill at $1. So I have 25 contracts, right, which is 2,500 shares. I put $1, so I get $2,500 in premium. I'd collect, never lose it. If it goes to $3, right, then I lose my shares at some point, either in 2023 in January, or if somebody executes it beforehand, and I'd lose 9 cents on 2,500 shares, which would be $225. Okay, but I'd still be up $2,225. Which is good, because I don't think this thing would be below that. I really don't. I can't imagine this would be below that, but you never know, right? It is possible. So that was one thing. So, but if I got to $1, if I could fill a $1 premium, even if it dropped back down from $1 to 80 cents, 70 cents, 60 cents, which right now, it is. It's at 68 cents, but it was almost $1. It was like 90 cents, I believe. And I was like, man, if it could just get to $1, I'd be okay with it. So I had put an order in. You can see here, when I go to my history on Robinhood, it shows you that, let's see here, all interest, all history. You can see that I had put an order in. No, that's a $1 strike price on 25 contracts, which would have paid me $2,500 immediately to my account if I could fill them, but not one got filled. But that is what I'm thinking. I don't have to get that much, but that's just kind of like how I'm going to play it in the in between time while I'm waiting for this to kind of recover. I could also do weekly, right? Like, so if I said, okay, this one, the next one is not until next month, at a $3 call, I'm only going to make, right now it's at 13 cents. Okay. So there is some interest there. It's between 10 and 15. So let's say I put 25 contracts at 0.15, then I'd make $375. So I wouldn't, if it went there or not, if we're close to there by the next month, I'd either keep the $375 or it would get over the $3 and I'd sell at a loss at the 225, but I would still be up $150, right? And plus, for what I own the share, so I wouldn't be out at all. And I don't have to wait a month. Okay. Now, if it filled at $15 a contract, and if it went to 5 cents a contract, I could buy them back. And at 5 cents a contract, if people wanted to buy those, I'd make times 100. Oh, hang on. 5 cents equals 125 times 100. I'd make $125. So and I just have to keep doing that in the meantime. But it would be every month. But that's if you want to sit on it, and some people are not going to want to sit on stocks, because for me, it's not a good thing to do that. If in the Robinhood account, at least, I have 7 or 8 grand in there right now, and my money is tied up in this Volta, this Volta thing. Like, some people are tied up in XRP, for example, for waiting for this court to settle this court case. So for me to go forward, you'd either have to cut your losses or have a strategy to try to get out, because that is a big part of my Robinhood portfolio right now. So I can't really do other things unless I either sell for a loss or just wait and just try to flip them. But there's no weekly on this. There's no weekly option on that. So that's what I'm looking at today. That's kind of what's been on my mind. That's why I haven't really shared much, because that's really the only content I can offer for stocks right now, of what I'm waiting to see happen over the coming, I guess, the rest of the month, and see how it plays out. Granted, if it does get back to my 309, and hopefully get up from there, I don't know if it will, but anything over that, because of the stagnancy, because of it's either on a downtrend or it's just is stale. It's not really doing anything. And you need the volatility. If it'd be one thing if you're shorting it, but if you're like, hey, I need it to go up, then if it's just going sideways or slowly bleeding out, then it's not helping you to grow your portfolio. So anyway, that's what I got for now, guys. I should be about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I'm a little late. But I hope you have a good one, and I will talk to you tomorrow or the next day. See ya.